Cardano is hitting new highs against Bitcoin and other major cryptocurrencies. All the while, everything is crashing and apparently burning. And if you haven't checked the charts in a while, we'll start the video off by looking at them. Bitcoin's at $21,000. If you haven't checked in a month, that might be a bit of a shock to you. And Ethereum's at $1,100, also a bit of a shock. In the past 7 days, they are both down around 30%. And I'm not saying Cardano's an exception and all the other cryptos are not exceptions. They are down far less. Likely, they have more room to bleed still, and they have been bleeding for a lot longer already. But in terms of Cardano versus Bitcoin and Cardano versus Ethereum, when comparing them on the charts, the amount that they are up in terms of all-time highs is quite alarming. As you can see here, posted by Dean on Twitter, we have ADA against BTC, and it's up 32% in the past month. And then we have ADA against ETH, which is up 72% in the past month. So some interesting things to look at, and definitely not something to overlook. That's the main point of this video, is that Cardano's all-time highs are here while everything else is crashing, and it is very interesting to see. Now, I'm not going to say that this will keep up forever and Cardano won't eventually even out with these major cryptos, or they won't come back to a standstill. What goes up usually does come down, but there is some interesting things going on in the market right now, and Cardano is prevailing, which is why we started the video with that, and now we'll lead into some interesting Cardano news and things around Cardano. The beauty of Cardano is that it is decentralized, and lately things that aren't so decentralized and are more centralized are coming to realize that, hey, these things are really easy to take down, to cause major problems, and to pause withdrawals when things get tough in the markets. That doesn't happen with decentralized protocols or truly decentralized protocols, and also more tools can be created and things can be driven from the community when we are in a decentralized open source protocol or something like that. Most DEX tools and other things don't accommodate Cardano native assets, so someone went ahead and built one for Cardano native assets like Liquid Token, Milk Token, Mel, Dana, whatever else there might be out there, Yummy, whatever else you're looking at, you can get it on Tap Tools. This isn't sponsored. I'm just showing you that there is an actual pretty much trading view like chart, and it's built right into taptools.io, and you can track all the different types of tokens and projects running on this through taptools.io. And you can't really do this for other Cardano tokens, so it is really nice. You can check out the price of any tokens you like, and you can really see them in different time frames and all different types of data about them if you're really into someone who looks at the charts a lot. I will leave Tap Tools down in the description if you want to check it out. But as I mentioned, everything breaking right now is pretty much centralized. This has been made apparent with a lot of things. The more centralized something is, the more likely it is to break, especially when we're talking about cryptocurrencies and we're using blockchain systems, right? This makes a lot of sense. And now DeFi is being basically billboarded up everywhere saying, decentralized finance, decentralized, because all the things that are decentralized aren't crashing and burning. They aren't just going underwater, and they really are staying afloat in these tough times. That's not to say that DeFi doesn't have its own drawbacks, exploits, and possibilities of failure, but when we compare it with centralized systems in the blockchain space and cryptocurrencies specifically, DeFi does take the cake here, as that's the whole point of cryptocurrencies and where they originated from. When it comes to Cardano versus other protocols, people may think 4.5% or around that area of yield isn't that much for an annual return in crypto. I want 20% from Anchor Protocol. People said that did not go so well. They lost all their money and things like that. Things that seem risk-free, which are things like 20% APY or other things that are made to be out like they have no risk, inherently usually have a lot of risk behind them. Cardano has proven that its system of staking back to the protocol, and you don't have to lock up your funds at any point, is a very, very generous 4 to 5%, and it is going to be a lot less risky than any other form of staking that I've ever seen out there yielding the same amount. Matter of fact, I do think this is a gold mine for Cardano's bear market and gold mine for Cardano in general. That's why I made a video on it specifically. It is a pretty in-depth video, just me talking about how the fact that Cardano and ADA yielding you ADA during a bear market is really a gold mine, even if it doesn't seem like that much. These things compound, and the risk is a lot less compared to all of these crazy APYs that people are chasing and eventually get burned on. And why is the risk a lot less? And why has this thing been sustainable as a mechanism from the get-go when Cardano implemented staking? Well, it's because it's decentralized, and that does add a lot of value to an ecosystem, especially when we're talking about staking and managing user funds at their own custody. And if you do want to stake some ADA, you can do so with the Jack stake pool. If you don't want to use Jack, any other stake pool, just please stake your ADA if you have it and you're holding it to earn that nice gold mine yield of 4 to 5%. Also, last piece of news is that Ledger Live now supports Cardano. You can directly send and receive Cardano on the Ledger Live app. Staking and native assets are not available yet, but this is still really nice for onboarding users and just getting them for people who want to buy and hold some ADA. That's it for the video today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.